Boys and girls, what's going on? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of Bloodstock 2023.
Hi, I'm Dom from Skora, Cheltenham-based metal band.
The code of honor has always been broken. It don't matter if it was always so. Now what matters is how you choose to go.
Cheltenham, represent. It's been quite nice actually seeing a bunch of people from Cheltenham this weekend. Actually, it's a bit like Cheltenham on holiday.
Yeah. We seem to get everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I left a couple of years ago, but still, like, we're just everywhere you go, it's always like, I fucking know you.
Yes,
I saw you in the Frog last week.
Oh, it's always at the Frog as well, isn't it? The Mecca.
We have nowhere to go.
I know, there's nowhere else.
No. Look, we'll put all the alternative people in one little building, and everyone else can go everywhere else. So just fuck them. No, I'm joking. Anyway, we should probably get started. Hi, Dom. How are you? Are you doing? You well?
I'm really good. Yeah, honestly, it's been a wild morning this morning. Getting up very early because we were opening this morning, of course, 10:30, and that was We didn't do much drinking yesterday because we were like, right, it's business now, lads. We're on business today. But we got up when we played, and honestly, we had an absolute belter of a set. It was brilliant. I was so chuffed.
No, that's amazing, man. Do you always worry slightly when you look at the times and go 10:30 in the morning?
A little bit, but then we've been very lucky that we've been able to chat to other bands or people who played before, and every single one of them said, like, doesn't matter what time you play, people turn out in the mornings here, which is great. So
the beauty of Bloodstock, man, I think it's such a family feel that people get so hammered the night before and go, I got Skora at 10:30, I will be there, and then you see them in the morning like, this is amazing, fuck me.
There is a guy we know from Cheltenham, and I saw him yesterday, and he's broken 2 of his ribs. And he's been asked to go home, but he's like, no, I'm staying because I want to see you guys. and I saw him today, just like headbanging, like holding, going like this. And I went up to him and was like, look, you need to go home, mate.
Big shout
out, Sam, mate. What a legend.
Hero. But you probably need to get that checked.
Yeah, please go check it. You're going to check, mate.
But I mean, for the love of metal, obviously, it's like I broke my ribs, but fuck it, I'm not going anywhere. So,
god damn.
How was the set?
It went like that. It just disappeared. Like, we turned up, and then all of a sudden I was like covered in sweat, and I had a headache, and we played. It kind of like, that's the only way. It was almost like the start of Saving Private Ryan, you know, where they like saw the beach in Normandy. Actually, I don't know, is that a bit disrespectful? I don't know, but I don't know, just kind of like it happened, but everyone else says we're really good. I can't remember, I kind of blacked out, I think. But no, it was good, it was really good. And mate, honestly, big shout out to the crew. They are all just absolute legendaries, people. They are so nice. And it was actually the first time we've ever played a show where we had a drum tech, guitar tech, and they brought our gear on. And I couldn't believe it, because usually it's us rushing around and screaming at each other like, we've got 5 minutes and you're not ready.
Where's the drum kit? Where is it?
What do you mean you haven't got your pedal board? So it was actually really nice to be set up, in good time, and just sort of start the morning off right,
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. That's absolutely beautiful. But
oh yeah, I know. We'll be back at the Frog, and we're gonna be like, this is terrible. What do you mean I have to bring the drum kit on? God, we're Skora. We're Skora.
Was it one of those weird moments though where you're like, I was going to put my... Oh, he's done it.
It was.
Oh, hang on. What? We can just chill? Oh,
and then afterwards they move all of the cases and stuff to the other side of the stage, because obviously they've got a quick turnaround. So we kind of turned around. We were like, oh, they've put all our gear, like, cases out ready for us and everything. So we just popped it in the car and off we go. And it was like we were never there. It was brilliant.
Super. Right, get them out of here quick. Fuck it.
Yeah. Oh, honestly.
But with shows then, so your own shows compared to festivals, do you plan the set accordingly to, obviously, at gigs, people go know who you are, but when you come to a festival, not a lot of people might know who you are, you go, right, let's just have banger after banger after banger, and let's bring them people in.
I think, I mean, to be fair, we play, I guess the beauty of us we haven't been about for that long, or been like gigging seriously for that long, so A lot of the songs are new to a lot of people, and there's a lot of people who do know the song. So the set's basically the same. I mean, hopefully in a couple of years we'll be able to take out the shit ones out the set. You know what I mean? But, no, I'm joking, of course. But yeah, like literally.
Sorry, I was like, I don't mean that.
I was like, oh no. Yeah. So we just try and play the sort of same set, give it a round sort of experience of what we do, and. Yeah, I guess for us it's the music's obviously important, but it's also us just absolutely going ham on stage, and it's about energy, and like my back is like killing me because I've just been like full body headbanging, not just nodding my head, but like lurching all the way back. So I definitely pulled something.
So what they don't talk about in the world of metal is how it destroys your body.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. I did a gig, funnily enough, at the Frog and Fiddle, and our whole thing is we like to get. It's like if there isn't a mosh pit by the second song, we like to go and start the mosh pit. Guitars and all. Go slap people with your headstocks, your guitar and stuff like that. And we did. I think it was Frog Fest last year. The big festival. Well, I say big festival. This is a big festival. The small little Cheltenham daytime festival they do. Some guy just absolutely caned me in the leg, and then and my leg went dead. And I did the rest of the set just kind of like dragging my heels around the place. And I got up the next day, and my thigh was like completely purple. So yeah, you definitely bruised a bone or something. So yeah, that's what I get for trying to be hard. You know what I mean?
So us as a podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you aware of Sophie and her story and what happened?
We are, yes. And it's definitely something that every time I sort of see the Sophie Lancaster logo, it sort of does really sort of bring it back, doesn't it? And it makes you really think about what happened. And a few years ago we did a gig raising money in Gloucester with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. And to be honest, we haven't done a lot since, to be fair, but it's been something that's very prevalent in the metal scene, and it's good to see that it's prevalent not just like throughout like big metal bands. It's all levels. You've got local shows that are supporting it, things like that. So yeah.
Absolutely, it's great to see. But what happened to Sophie happened 16 years ago yesterday. So is that anything you've ever dealt with in your life, being from this community, dressing different, listening to different music? Have you ever been, I don't know, had abuse hurled at you in the streets, or I hope not, but physical abuse from that?
I've been very fortunate. I've never had like physical abuse, but definitely verbal abuse. I do think it definitely hardens you quite a lot, and I think that's why a lot of people, when we all listen to the music that we do, is from maybe that feeling of outcast. Again, like I said, nowhere near as bad as obviously what happened to Sophie, and nowhere near as bad as I know is definitely some people I know have had it. I've been very fortunate, but it is a prevalent thing, and it does feel very oddly. It obviously happens to a lot of people and a lot of groups, and I think it's just that otherness that some people just really don't like. And you could be, if you're really punk, and or if you're just, I don't know, into reggae or things like that, or any type of genre of music. I think a lot of people just get held abuse by, I guess, mainstream. But then again, it's not all mainstream people, is it? It's always just, I guess, it's a select few of people. Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's a weird one. But what is great to see, and I don't know if you've noticed while you've been here, there's so many kids and families at Bloodstock.
Oh yes, yeah.
Like we've seen babies here. Like watching Killswitch last night, and just in front of us there's a buggy with a baby in it. I was like, that is fucking awesome.
It is. And it's just like, it's one of those things where, when I was growing up, and my dad, he was massive into metal. He was a big Iron Maiden fan, and that's what sort of got me started. And he took me to gigs, and that's why I ended up starting a band. And hey, we're here. But it's that thing of, I don't know, it's great to see like families coming here, and it's good that the families feel comfortable bringing their kids to a festival. Because I guess you think metal festival, if you don't know, you're going to think, oh my god, I wouldn't bring a child near something like that. But Bloodstock is just, everyone's been so friendly. Everyone is friendly. I'm sure everybody would help each other out if someone was in need.
Absolutely. But with the charities like the foundation, and you've got kids like this that are at these festivals now, they're going to grow up. They're going to start dressing like us, start dressing like Sophie did. I know this might be a bit of a tough question to ask, but if there was one thing you think the charity could do to help those kids as they're growing up, as they potentially go through this sort of thing, what do you reckon they could do to help out?
I definitely think access to sort of resources, for mental health, things like that. Frequently asked questions is always a good one, or things, so that kind of support is invaluable. I used to be a primary school teacher before I left it, unfortunately, to pursue music full time. And one thing that we were always sort of we would do with children who were suffering with mental health is just give children a time of day, and B, you've obviously got to provide parents with adequate resources to be able to help their child in an effective way. And I sort of think that, unfortunately, I don't know whether Sophie Lancaster Foundation does this already, but it would be really good if there was some kind of, a bit like, it's a totally different example, but remember, Talk to Frank was a free resource for people struggling with drugs or alcoholism or anything like that. Just that kind of thing of, I want to dress this way and I'm getting bullied for it. What can I do about it? What can I do to, A, report if it's bad enough, or B, what can I do to help myself cope and hopefully overcome,
It's a great idea. It's absolutely a great idea.
Cheers.
But let's take it back to you guys. You guys are here because you won Metal to the Masses in Cheltenham. More than likely out the Frog and Fiddle.
It was actually.
How did it feel when they shouted out your name as the winners and you were coming here?
It felt unbelievable. I got to be honest, it was that thing of I sort of planned my summer around the fact that we weren't going to win it. So unfortunately, there was a part of me and thought, oh my god, I got so many emails to send. Oh my god, I got so much rearranging to do. But no, it was absolutely awesome, and it was a really close final this year, and there was some absolute belters of bands who played this year. Special shout out to, I think it was the Uncharted, Convey. It was their second gig, and they were insane. And yes, honestly, fantastic. Panic Switch, who are again just local Cheltenham legends. They're absolutely lovely guys. Beneath the Shoreline as well, and I think that was everybody. I hope so. Otherwise, I'm going to get again an angry email from someone. But it was wonderful. I still can't believe it. We've already played, and I'm like, oh my god, I still can't believe we did it.
It's in the repertoire now. It's in there. It's signed, so delivered.
There we go.
Your single "Concrete Skull" came out at the end of June. Is there an album on the way? Anything we could talk about?
There is an album on the way. Yes. Yeah. We've. I'll have to grab a demo CD for you. It's about half of the album that we've finished so far. And Concrete Skull was the. I guess. Well, we had Harry Kiri came out in January sort of time, but those two were sort of the first of finally finding what Skora is and what the sound is. But yeah, we're working on it. It's taking time. I think we're all we find it very tricky to all agree on what the sound has been, and we've only just, I think, in the last sort of 6 months finally found a groove of the songs and gone okay, this is good, this is what we like. It doesn't sound like I don't think it sounds anything like anybody else, which is that's my personal opinion, but it sounds like Skora. Unfortunately, because that's still a very ambiguous thing, we're still writing going, does this sound like Skora? Even though we don't know what Skora kind of sounds like. There's like a vibe to it. It's very tricky, but yeah, we're hoping by the end of the year. Knowing us, it'll probably be next year. But no, hopefully by the end of the year, that's the goal. Get a debut.
Skora 2027, boys.
2027. We're still working on it.
We're still here. We're only a couple of songs away now.
Yeah, but honestly.
Dom, this has been absolutely amazing, my friend.
Cheers. I appreciate you for taking the time, and
absolutely.
And
Thank you very much.
It was really nice when emailing you guys, and you were like, "We know who you are. We've seen you." I was just like, "Brilliant!" I was just like, "Fantastic."
Yes.
Made me feel like a real rock star.
Nice.
I appreciate it.
Not at all, man. Not at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, buddy.